Welcome to 1111, which is a segment from my podcast, Memento Mori, where I talk about a topic for 11 minutes and 11 seconds. Today's topic is existing. I have really been figuring this out. I've been trying to learn how to just exist. Like just simply not okay, here's what always runs through my brain. Okay, this is like one of the biggest thought. I feel like I have a lot of thoughts going through my brain, but one of the biggest ones is the thought of like we have zero pressure on flowers, right? Like we have zero pressure on a dandelion, or we have zero pressure on a rose for whenever it blooms, whenever it dies, for whenever it blossoms, whatever they do. We absolutely give zero pressure. We just let them be. We know that they're going to, eventually bloom, and they're going to have this beautiful color, and they're going to, be this beautiful thing, but we don't pressure them. We just water them. We just, maybe change their soil. And I think I've been viewing myself as this flower and as this rose and as, whatever we just allow to exist. And I've been watering myself, and I've been changing my soil, which is my environment, and I've just allowed myself to exist, if that makes sense. Like I haven't been hyper focused on, trying to change the world. I haven't been super hyper focused on trying to do the most. I've just been focused on trying to exist and trying to be in the present. I feel like the analogy of like flowers is very, very, very important to me. I might also get that tattooed. I feel like I have so many tattoo ideas, but I feel like allowing flowers to just be there and zero pressure is what we should do to ourselves. Because in all reality, we're literally flowers. Like we're made of the same atoms and energy and whatever that make up flowers. So why can't we just allow ourselves to, water ourselves, to bask in some sun, change our soil? For example, the soil's environment. Like maybe a simple change of environment, like getting rid of all the toxic people, getting rid of just a toxic environment can change your soil. Or watering yourself, maybe like feeding your brain. Check what type of content you're going through in social media is very important. I've changed the way that I viewed social media. I really just stopped scrolling on it. Even going on TikTok. Like, I haven't been on TikTok in weeks, and I feel like that really impacted my brain because it was just so many content after content after content that it was just really unhealthy for me. So that's what I've been watering my brain. I've been, instead of, spending an hour on TikTok, I've been reading for 30 minutes or an hour instead about, bettering my life. Or instead of, scrolling on Instagram, I've been scrolling on Pinterest, which is like a visual manifestation for me. And it really motivates me. Like, Pinterest is one of those apps that I'll literally check in the morning. I'll check, whenever I'm feeling low or whenever I feel like I need an energy booster, because it's one of those really good apps. And I feel like that's a really good way to water your brain, but also through like getting sun through meditation, through sun salutations. It's literally in the name. I also have a video about that if you want to check that out. But I've worked on, I feel like meditation and yoga have really helped me just simply exist. Like they've really allowed me to sit in the moment and just bask in the present and just exist. Like feel every muscle of my body just stretch, or feel, every breath that I take. And it's really important to me. I feel like I've really prioritized meditation and yoga in my life, and it's really, really, really important. And I can't express this enough. Like, hey, you should try this out too. It might change your life. I feel like it has changed mine a lot. I feel like in the short time that I've, done a lot of more yoga and a lot of more meditation, it's changed my outlook on a lot of different things, and it's changed the way that I perceive and I romanticize my life. I feel like I used to be so stuck in the there was like no in between for me. I was either stuck on my past trauma, or I was either stuck on building a better future, that I never really valued my present. Like I never really valued that this exact moment, like me recording this podcast, editing videos and all this stuff, is exactly what I wanted when I was 13, 14. This was exactly what I wanted in this present right now. This is exactly what I worked for. This is exactly what my life has brought me to. And this is the actual present, And it's really beautiful. Like I'm surrounded by books, I'm surrounded by candles, I'm surrounded by plants. Like I really never thought I would be able to grow plants, or have plants survive in the sun. And they are beautiful than ever. They are the most green plants I've ever owned. And I just feel great, And I feel like realizing like, hey, I'm a little flower. I'm able to exist in the present. Like, we don't care about tomorrow. We don't care about yesterday. Yesterday never existed. Let's just be in the present today. Like, let's just allow ourselves to exist and be happy with where we are now. And I think that's important. And I think that's really, like, a really important thing in my life that I always try to do is like just be in the present, just feel these feelings right now. But also I've been learning how to let them go. Like feel the feelings that you're feeling in the present, but also feel the feelings that you're feeling in the present, but also let them go. Like let them go. They're not good or bad. They're just emotions and they shouldn't affect you like completely. And I don't know, like I've just been viewing my life as a little flower. I've also like whenever I'm stressed out with anything, I'm like, okay, I think you're little, you're plucking this flower a little too much. Let's listen to this flower. Let's see what they need. Usually plants or flowers or vegetables usually tell you what they need. Like if their oil is if their soil is dry, if their soil is dry, water them. Which is like if you're feeling burnt out, maybe stop what you're doing and go on a run, or maybe sleep, maybe read a book, or maybe water yourself, like get off your phone or get off social media. That's your body's your little flowers telling you what you need. If you're not growing, if you're not blossoming, maybe you need to change your soil. So change your environment, like try to see who you're surrounding yourself with and see, how certain people are affecting your growth, and then change that. And I think that's very important, And I think it's also very important to realize that we're all just simple flowers. Like sometimes our expectations are so high on some people that we get let down. So if you always just kind of simply remember that, hey, this is just a little flower, this is just a little rose. Let's not expect so much from them. And your expectations might be, met, or even, you might be surprised by what you see. So I think allowing yourself to view yourself as a little flower is very, very important, because you're not going to treat this flower with like harsh words, or you're not going to go hit this flower because you think this flower is beautiful. And I feel like that's how I view myself. I view my life as this beautiful, little flower. I view myself as this beautiful little galaxy that I've created, and I really appreciate my life. I feel like I've worked and I've built a lot of my life to where I'm like, you know what, life is beautiful. It may not be perfect at all, but flowers aren't perfect at all. They're gonna have a brown leaf, or they're gonna have a ripped petal, but they're still gonna be beautiful. And I feel like that's how our life is. Like yes, we're gonna have challenges. Yes, our soil. Oh my God, our soil might be dry. Yes, our environment might be a little damaged. But hey, a rose can rise from the concrete. A flower can rise from the concrete. So it's like just kind of viewing yourself as this flower is such a beautiful analogy. And it's like, I'm going to treat this flower with respect. I'm going to treat this flower with love. I'm going to water this flower. I'm going to treat this I'm going to treat this flower with, all the love in the world, because you're not going to go destroy a flower. You're not going to go step on a bunch of flowers. So why would you step on yourself? Like, why would you disrespect yourself? Why would you treat yourself like you're not going to water your flower with, Kool-Aid. You're not going to water your flower with soda. No, you're going to water your flower with probably alkaline water, or, just purified water, because you want these flowers to last. And you want these flowers to be happy. And you want these flowers, like the energy that flowers radiate is so important. I actually need to water my flowers right now as I'm literally looking at them. The ones I got from Trader Joe's, I literally need to water them again. But yeah, it's like you wouldn't treat these flowers with disrespect. So it's like, why are you going to treat yourself with disrespect? So it's like, viewing yourself as a flower is important. Okay, let's try to work on that. Welcome to my therapy session. Let's try to work on viewing ourselves as a flower. We are little flowers. Honestly, if I was a flower, I would probably be that flower that I got from Trader Joe's. That long purple one. I don't know what those are called, but those are so adorable and so tight. Or maybe I'll be like a little cornelian? Is that what I really don't know what they're called. But I don't know. I love flowers, and I think our life is as beautiful as a flower, and I think we grow, and I think, we radiate energy. Like flowers and plants radiate so much energy, and I feel like we're the same way. I literally told you that I've been reading this book about how everything is made of energy and everything. Like, atoms are made of energy, so energy really really affects you. So if you have really good positive energy, that, I truly believe that my energy really affects my plants. Like, I'm a true believer in that. I'm sorry. Like, people tell me it's not true, but I'm sorry. No, you're lying. I really believe that energy really does affect my plants. And I've worked so much on my energy that I can visibly see my plants getting so much better. So I think that's beautiful. So it's like, obviously energy is real. Obviously all of this stuff is real. So it's like, okay, let's view ourselves as this flower, and let's view ourselves with feeding ourselves and watering ourselves and changing our soil, and having good energy and surrounding ourselves with good energy, so we can blossom and we can grow and we can be, the greenest of flowers, or the green of the prettiest of plants. Like, I think that's very important to me, and I think it's really changed my outlook on life. Like, hey, I'm this little flower. Let's not put so much pressure on this little rose, because it's just existing. Like, it's simply just trying its best. So let's appreciate it, and let's say it's pretty, and let's use kind words to it. But anyways, I love you so, so, so much. I hope you, got something good out of this. Bye.